The Stafford Voice.
Secret VA ratings. This story came out, and I was like, what? Okay, so let's dig into this. This was put out by the USA Today, and let's see, here's how they start this out. Yes, Slick, we've got to talk, but here's how this thing starts out. The Department of Veterans Affairs has for years assigned star ratings for each of its medical centers based on the quality of care and service they provide. But the agency has repeatedly refused to make them public, saying they are meant for internal use only. Okay, I get that. You want to do your own little how are we doing poll and know how you're doing. But they rate the different VA places, the different VA hospitals. They rate them on a scale of 1 to 5. 5 obviously being the best, 1 being completely crap. Well, check this out. VA hospitals in Dallas, El Paso, Nashville, Memphis, and Murfreesboro all received 1 star out of 5 for performance as of June 30th, the most recent ratings period available. Many of highest rated facilities are in the Northeast, in Massachusetts and New York, and the upper Midwest, including in South Dakota and Minnesota. Those medical centers scored 5 out of 5 stars. Great! What about places like Florida? What about places like, say Oklahoma? Oklahoma! Like last week when we talked about Oklahoma having maggots in a veteran. Before he died, the guy was still alive and had maggots crawling around in his wound. Let's continue, shall we? They take dozens of factors into account, including death and infection rates, instances of avoidable complications, and wait times. Some lower-ranking medical centers have remained poor performers despite high-profile crises and years of attention and resources from Washington. Okay, so you're openly admitting that no matter how much funding you get from the government, you still suck. You can throw money in a fire and it's not going to put it out. It's just going to fuel it. I'm scratching my head at this because this is completely unreal. I totally don't even understand how this stuff even happens. Okay, so let's continue. For instance, the Phoenix VA was a 1-star medical center in 2014 when This is going to make your head explode. 1-star medical center in 2014 when news broke that veterans had died awaiting care there, while schedulers had kept secret wait lists masking how long veterans were waiting for appointments. The revelations triggered a national scandal, hearings on Capitol Hill, and the replacement of the VA secretary. Now, here's the no-duh moment of the night. Phoenix remained a 1-star facility in the most recent ratings. Okay. If you remember, one person, if I remember correctly, only one person out of that whole situation was let go. One person. And even after all of that, they're still a 1-star facility. Now, the VA Undersecretary for Health, David Shulkin, cautioned against using the star ratings as a quote-unquote ranking tool and said they are considered an internal improvement tool. Your internal improvement tool sucks major balls. Okay? We're talking beach-size balls. The size that you go to Sam's Club or Costco. Costco-size balls. That's how bad you suck. This improvement tool. You didn't improve anything. He says, quote, "It is essentially a system within the VA to see who's improving, who's getting worse, so we can identify both." Okay, well, I think over the last few years, we've been able to identify how many things suck within the VA, and you haven't improved a damn thing. Okay, now subsequently, the VA has agreed to provide a list of 1- and 5-star facilities. They only want to talk about the 1-star and the 5-star facilities. What about the 2, the 3, and the 4-star facilities? We don't want to talk about those. They're doing okay. We want to talk about the 5-star ones that are doing really good, and we want to point out that, hey, you might want to fix this one. Listen, each one of these VA hospitals should be a 5-star resort. 5-star resort. Somebody in Washington needs to roll. Somebody has to roll, and at each one of these medical centers needs to roll too. Every single one of them. Start at the top and work your way to the bottom. The infection starts at the very, very top. Now, Shulkin was apprehensive about any ratings becoming public. I wonder why. Because you're sucking Costco-sized balls. Quote, "My concern is that veterans are going to see that their hospital is a 1 in our star system. Assume that's bad quality, and veterans that need care are not going to get care. And they're going to stay away from hospitals, and that's going to hurt people." Well, if you didn't suck so bad, maybe they would go. You didn't make them feel like a third-rate citizen. If you didn't treat our veterans like third-rate citizens, this would have already been fixed, and we wouldn't be sitting here talking about it. We could be talking about how Russia may or may not have infiltrated our election process. We could be talking about Chip and Joanne and how they lean towards Christian beliefs and we want to attack them. Or we can talk about, the other ones who go out and spend a bunch of money on a crappy looking house in California and, now they're splitting up because somebody ran out with a gun and, mommy called the cops. And we can talk about that crap and all that other fun stuff and poke fun of things, but no, we have to continue talking about the ignoramuses that are running the VA. And damn it, somebody better hold Trump to the fire about fixing the VA. Let me jump and look at the comments. Slick says to shut down the entire VA and make it private. Let our soldiers get the exact same care as we do. Yes, they deserve it, and they don't deserve to have to pay anything. They've already paid the price. Better yet, give them the same care effing Congress gets. That's what we need to do. There needs to be a bill passed where Congress has to go to the VA and get treated like a damn veteran. Treat Congress like we treat our veterans. Let them feel like a piece of trash. Justin, what's up, buddy? Nice to see you joining the chat, but sorry if that came across as though I was being sarcastic. I'm really fired up. I'm sick and tired of talking about how crappy our VA system is. Jessica says she thinks that the VA should have one job only to determine disability rating after your time in the service, no continuing care. That way the doctors know that airborne jumps often equal bad knees. Hell, when I was in the Army, I couldn't even go to sick call and be told what was wrong with my knees. I went round and round for 2 years. 2 years. And not a single person could come up with a logical explanation of why my knees hurt. They didn't want to listen to me. Oh, well, don't run. Here's a 800 milligram prescription for Midol, or whatever the hell it was. Midol's for people on periods. Wow. Whatever. Oh, anyway. Where are we at here? Justin says he finally got around to catch up on some Stafford Voice. Congrats on the grandpa status. I know, it's really cool. Let's see. Slick, I'd rather have an actual doctor do that. One that doesn't get paid by the effing government. Yes. Motrin. Advil? No. What? Ibuprofen. No, it wasn't ibuprofen. I don't remember what it was. Naproxen, that's what it was. 800 pounds. 800 milligram, aka Ranger Candy. Yeah, ibuprofen wasn't Ranger Candy where I came from. Ranger Candy was naproxen. It give you an 800 milligram dose of naproxen. Of course, drop that stuff 4 or 5 times a day, 2 pills at a time, just to get through the day. Even the private sector, even after being in the military, after I got out, I still went to the doctor and they still had no idea what the hell was problem with my knees. Nobody wanted to listen to me. Anyway, I still have issues, but a lot of that is taken care of as long as I stay up and stay active in the gym. Okay, we've got to continue because I want to get to the next story so we have time to talk about the rare discovery. They hand out Motrin like it's candy here. It is. It's candy. It tastes good. It's less filling too. Okay, where did we leave off? He said Shulkin, this, anyway, he said 120 of the 146 medical centers that the VA rates on the STAR scale have shown improvement since he began overseeing the Veterans Administration in July of 2015. He said all of the 1-star facilities have shown improvement except the VA Medical Center in Detroit, which has declined. Okay, if it was a 1-star, how does it decline? Okay, if you actually showed improvement, 120 of the 146 on this scale showed improvement, then they were a 0-star. They weren't even on the damn scale. They didn't even get a trophy for participating. That's what you get. Nothing. A big old goose egg. I'm still scratching my head at this. He says nationwide, medical centers where performance has declined are getting extra scrutiny and help from national VA offices. If they still don't show sufficient progress, hospital management could be replaced. Oh, yeah. How's that working out? There was something here. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm skimming over my notes here. On average, veterans are dying at lower rates and contracting fewer staph and urinary tract infections. Obviously, this guy doesn't read the news or listen to the show to know that there was a guy just last week we talked about who died and he had maggots in his wound before he died. Veterans are not staying as long in VA hospitals and they're being readmitted within 30 days at lower rates. At the same time, veterans are experiencing higher rates of preventable complications during hospital stays, on average, than they did in 2014. Those on ventilators suffered more problems, such as catching pneumonia, and the rate of turnover for nurses has increased. You know what? I'm sick of talking about that. Moving on. I'm sick of talking about this. So stupid, talking about a secret VA rating scale where they rate these places. That's like having an app on your phone that tells you which McDonald's sucks the worst. They all suck just as bad as the next one. McDonald's sucks. So does Burger King. So does Wendy's. Whataburger doesn't suck. Anyway. Of course, I think, no, I wouldn't say that. I think Muscle Maker Grill probably has a 1 star and McDonald's has a 0 star on this scale. Okay, anyway, so Slick says if 120 of the 140 something really showed improvement, the VA would be releasing the records to show that. Amen, brother.